Have you ever wondered what really goes into creating a relationship that is filled with trust, intimacy, and love? We did. So we started having conversations that took us deeper into our own relationship. Then we decided to record those vulnerable conversations to share with others. Now we are excited to have you join us as we bring those conversations to you weekly.
I'm Sonia, a boudoir photographer and relationship coach who believes that everybody is worthy to love themselves and be loved in their relationship.
I'm Carolyn, a transformational life coach on a mission to support others to let go of trauma, beliefs, and negative body image so that they can become the amazing humans they were born to be.
Are you ready to connect more deeply, to create deeper intimacy, and get truly curious about what is possible in your relationship? If so, let's get started now.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Sonia likes to make sure that she's smiling for the first couple of seconds because when you begin or you end a frame on video, it could be a weird position.
Yeah, your mouth is like wide open or I don't know.
And since these are all headed over to YouTube after we're done,
I just want to look presentable because I'm a YouTuber and I see a lot of frame shots of videos, and yeah, it's weird how your face is all contortioned and weird looking.
My face is contorted and weird looking anyway,
contorted.
so
well, whatever. All right, so here we are. Welcome back to another episode of Sonia and Carolyn. And today, right now,
this moment, we're talking about
confidence.
Right. So confidence is knowing what is true for you.
Exactly.
Bam.
Bam. Okay, that's it. Well, that was easy. I got it.
All right, we'll see you next week.
I'm pretty confident. So
Fifi's confident too.
Yeah, our dog's very confident. She doesn't know any better. Not that that's the requirement for being confident, is not knowing any better. But confidence. Well, confidence means what? That you feel good about what it is that you're doing or what you're about to do, or that you know a little bit about a thing or two and you're confident about it, right? So confidence is being competent.
Competent?
Not competent.
No, it's just trying to clarify because confidence and competent could be.
Well, when you say, like, for you, what's the one subject that you completely know hands down?
One subject I know completely.
Well, it doesn't have to be one, but you would be confident enough to talk about it in an open setting, like speak to it.
Something I could teach on.
Yeah, something you can speak to, something you can teach.
Boundaries.
Okay, so you're confident.
Yeah.
So you would be confident in speaking boundaries because you know about it.
Right.
Right?
I've experienced it.
Yeah. So
both negative and positive.
Yeah, look, so for me too. So there's I think what I'm trying to say is that there's two points there's two areas in confidence. Confidence as in you're confident that you have the ability to do on the spot type things where you're confident to say go up and talk to someone.
I don't have that kind of confidence.
I've seen you do.
Oh, okay. I do.
Woohoo! Or you have enough confidence because you have enough knowledge and you can speak to a subject, or like for me, woodworking, like making pens, some photography, a little bit about everything. Now, when we lose our confidence is because we don't know or we're not educated in a certain area. But once we educate ourselves and we know about it and we know more about it, then of course you're more confident to speak to it. Right?
Okay.
So there's that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the other part is just being confident to be Johnny on the spot or Joni on the spot.
But the confidence that we're speaking to is knowing what is true for you.
Oh, so it's absolutely nothing to do with what I just said in the last
No,
5 minutes.
No. Has nothing. It has a lot to do with that as well. Because when you're confident, when you know what is true for you, when you know a subject, you're able to speak about it completely without needing to think about it, needing to justify it, needing to like
Okay.
not elaborate, but
So
embellish.
okay, so embellish.
Yeah,
So give me an
when somebody
example.
doesn't know what they're talking about and they're
Oh,
trying
they're
to
just
like
talking shit.
making
That's
sure
what it
that
is.
they still want to sell you
Yeah.
the product.
Yeah, you can tell. So give me an example. Give us an example of what you mean. Confidence is
Knowing what is true for you,
knowing what is true to you. So what is true to you that gives you that confidence level?
what is true for me that gives me that confidence level. I'm more confident in my own body.
Okay.
Okay, so I think it shows in like how I hold myself or eye contact, um, being able to find my words and not trip over them.
I'm not following. What's true to you gives you confidence. So it's true that you feel good in your body.
Confidence is knowing what is true for you.
Mhm.
Like your integrity. That's true for you, right?
Right.
You're confident about your integrity. You know you have integrity. That's true. That's your truth.
Mhm.
Okay. Um,
The dogs woke up.
right.
That's if you're able to hear that. So, but
I
anyway,
am. So when we have confidence, we hold ourselves differently.
right.
Okay. And when we're going through and we're changing our beliefs, okay, our beliefs are the way we do our own life. At first, we don't feel really confident about it. Like
Well,
for me, boundaries. I wasn't confident in setting boundaries when I first started setting boundaries. It took me a while, and I needed to understand that I was saying I had boundaries, but not having boundaries.
but now you do, and
Right.
so you
So
feel more
there's
confident that you can hold your
yes.
boundaries.
So my boundaries are true for me.
Yeah. Okay, I understand that.
Okay. So I don't understand why you didn't understand. It's late in the afternoon. We got
I'm confident we're
sidetracked.
gonna get through this.
So
Yeah, it's yeah, definitely 100% agree that your confidence level obviously heightens,
mhm.
gets better when you can be confident in certain areas of your life and then not in others, only because you're just not maybe knowledgeable about that certain thing.
Like right now, I'm not confident about getting back up on skates.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a lie. I am confident about it.
Well, you're confident that you can skate. You're
Right.
just not willing to
To be bruised
to
up.
injure yourself again, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
because it
Would
takes a lot to get back up.
you like to meet our dogs? They're so loud.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
Confidence level will definitely pick back up for skating once we practice a little every day
Mm-hmm.
or as often as possible because
Mm-hmm.
there's no skating areas here in our RV.
I'm hoping that the birthday fairy will bring me my own skating rink.
Yeah, that would be great.
With a wood floor.
Yeah, again, that would be excellent.
My own music.
Yeah, because
No kids. No skaters that fall down.
Yeah.
Okay. Only the two of us.
Yeah. So our confidence level. Yeah.
Right.
This little girl has a lot of confidence. This is Fiona. Say hi. Speak.
She's not going to speak. She dropped the
Okay.
toy.
She dropped her elephant. But just like kids, we have confidence when we're encouraged and we're not limited or told, oh, don't do that, you're going to get hurt. Watch your step, be careful, blah, blah, blah. Then our confidence level goes down because now we're thinking about all of these possibilities which weren't there to begin with, So I kind of like think that we do a disservice, or we're being disserviced when we're being told to be cautious all the time. Right.
Right.
It's kind of like a confidence breaker right there.
That is a confidence
It's like,
breaker.
no, you can't get out. Don't climb that tree. You're going to fall and break your neck.
But if you're confident about knowing that you can climb the tree,
But now on the backside, you're thinking, oh my God, if I slip up on it, I am going to break my neck. So your confidence level does go down. Agreed?
right?
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So let's go back to confidence is knowing what is true for you. So when we start to rewrite our own story, when we start to step more into knowing what we believe for ourselves and only for ourselves, that makes us more confident in our own lives,
in our own skin.
in our own skin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have to know what is true for ourselves in order to build our own confidence. Agree or disagree?
No, I agree. And that covers so much because okay, so like for me, I have a pretty high confidence level. I
You?
yeah. Yeah.
She
Yeah,
does.
me. And we've talked about this before because and what that is that it I don't have to answer to anyone. So I'm not worried about judgment and being looked at oddly or whatever. My opinion is my opinion, and I'll hear your opinion most of the time.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, but if it's not where I'm going, then it's not where I'm going. Prime example is that of that is when we went to go look at the RV, right? And the one salesperson is telling us,
Oh my gosh.
we were confident
Right.
and we knew what we wanted and what we were looking for,
Mm-hmm.
right? But he decides
a whole nother agenda.
yeah, he had his agenda. Oh, uh, no, family of 3, 4 dogs. You're making a big mistake. You don't want that. You want this. Being in close proximity with your family, you're gonna want more room. You don't want this. You want this.
What he didn't understand is that, when we first got here to San Antonio, there were 3 of us living under one roof with 3 dogs at the time, and we got along very beautifully together.
Mhm.
And so we're talking about another RV for traveling with the Lulu, so that when we go places, we just can get up and go, all 3 of us together.
Yeah. So we wanted a Class C. It's a Class C, but it's a Class A type. Anyway, what we wanted, he didn't want to. He wanted to sell us something up like a Class A, and
Yeah, he
and
wanted
so
to upsell us.
yeah, he wanted to upsell us, or actually, he just wanted to tell us what it was that we wanted. And I said, dude, you don't even know us, so how are you saying that I'm making a mistake? And how do you know that I want this and not that and all this stuff? So that's another way of being confident, right? Number one, yeah, he said what he wanted to say, and I also said, no, you don't know me, and I disagree with everything that you're trying to shove down my throat,
Right.
right? So I was confident enough to shut him down and say, no, that's not what we want.
The
This is
problem
what
was
we
he
want,
wouldn't be shut down.
right? So that's when you just walk away. But I don't know, confidence. Well, it's like how you carry yourself too. For most of my life, I've been like a no bullshitter type, or don't put up with bullshit type personality, which can be mistaken as, wow, what an a-hole, or mean, or unapproachable. It's like, or even to the point of conceitment. But it's like, no, it's I know, like you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
I know who I am,
Right.
what I like, what I dislike, and I'm confident with that. So, do I have a high confidence level? Yes. I guess it's like, do I fully, completely know who I am? No, but I know
Right.
my core characteristics, my core values. So confidently, my confidence is that. Now, as far as like learning something,
Mm-hmm.
you're in trying something new,
Mm-hmm.
or doing something that you haven't done in a long time. Yeah, we practice, and our confidence goes up.
And then we fall.
And then we fall,
And
and
our
then
confidence goes
we look
down
at
a little.
videos how to fall properly, so that our confidence can be better. I'm
Right.
not confident on getting back on skates right now. One, I don't want to go to the roller rink. I would prefer to go to a private area,
Mm-hmm.
and then just be, not have to worry about other people skating around me,
Mm-hmm.
and kids too. And I just want to take my time, and I want it to be during the day, so I can see. I don't need disco lights and all that stuff. I want to see what I'm doing, and I'll probably figure out how to make my own skating. What do you call it?
Walker.
Skating walker aid, so that I can just take my time and get back up again. Right.
Nice.
So, anywho, again, there's like a lot of avenues for confidence.
Right. But the most important part of it, I think, is that the point that you made is that you need to know yourself.
Mhm.
You have to know yourself. You have to know like what you tolerate, what you don't tolerate. You have to know like where your skill set is and where it's
Skill
not.
set, yeah. When to speak up, and when
Yeah.
to just not let it affect you at all.
Right. Like the salesperson at the RV place.
Yeah.
Um so it's very important when we're building our confidence that we do this, that we know like where is our superpower, like where's that sweet spot in your life, that place where you know without a doubt. Me, cooking. I know without a doubt I could walk into the kitchen, or like go over to the kitchen, um and I could make something out
Mhm.
of next to nothing.
Yeah. You have a
um
good cooking skill set.
Right. So I know I could do that confidently. Sonia knows that she could confidently make a pen from start to finish, with all of the right tools. I'm more confident with my body image than I used to be. Um, I'm more confident with my boundaries. So as we build new skill sets, as we let go of old beliefs and upgrade them to where we are now, we're building confidence because we know what's true for ourselves. So if we were to like kind of break this down into like the three things that you need to do to build your confidence level, um, the first thing I would say, and agree or disagree, is that you need to know who you are.
No, I totally agree with that. Yep.
Right, so knowing who you are means checking in with yourself, um and being honest. It's like if you know something, you know it without a doubt. You could teach it to somebody. You could, because what Jim Quick says, if you learn something and teach it, then you learned it twice.
Exactly.
So there's that. The next thing that you would need to do is to let go of the need to be right in everything that you do.
Hmm.
Because sometimes, and even when we're confident at something, we can learn something from somebody else. So our confidence level needs to be in a nice balance. If there's even such a thing as balance in life, but in a place where we're not so overconfident that we can't hear somebody else share how to do something, and not so underconfident that we would stop ourselves from doing it in the first place.
Yeah, you just focus your attention on where it needs to be.
Right.
That's would be my definition of balance.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Um, and and recognizing for yourself, it's like, oh, I thought I had this down pretty well, but I don't. Maybe I need to go in and brush up on this, and that's okay. Or I thought I would. I think maybe I'm too confident with this. Maybe I need to be more open and allow um, other people to show me how they do something, because my way is not always the right way of doing something.
There's a million ways to do one thing always.
Exactly. And then the other thing I think that we need to do is to um, just kind of like step in and try on new things. When we were talking in our last episode about oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Did you hear the train leave the station? um we were talking about, oh, how life is shaped from the inside out, and when we're doing that, we're letting go of things from the past. We have to be able to let go of those things, because who we were 10 years ago is not who we are today. And so we're constantly upgrading, kind of like our computers, software updates, all of those kinds of things. So do the software update for yourself
Mm.
and see what changes for you. Does your confidence level go up, or do you find it going down? Find where you work really well with yourself, and change the things that no longer serve you, and learn how to do it a different way, and become confident in the things that you know for yourself, not in the things that other people know. Like, I know how to make a pen, but I'm not as confident about it as you are. You know how to make breakfast, but to make dinner takes a different skill set. You know,
Yeah, it's too busy.
breakfast is easy, fewer ingredients.
Okay,
Is that what it
macaroni and
is?
cheese.
um, I just think that the reason why I find this so important is because if we want to have more confidence in our lives, then we need to be able to recognize where our strengths are. And then also recognize our weaknesses, the places where we need to ask for help. And in relationships, this works really, really well, because like in our relationship, I'm good at cooking, Sonia's good at laundry. You know, it works out really nicely, because my strengths are not always her strengths, and her strengths are not always mine. But together, there's a lot more confidence in being able to do all of the things that we want to do in life, because if we don't know, we're willing to learn.
Hmm.
And uh, if we both know something, we're willing to listen to the other person, which wasn't always our case. We used to fight for our own.
Who's right
Yeah,
or
who's right.
whose way was better?
Exactly.
There's no better way.
Every
It
way
depends
is.
on what you're trying to accomplish and how quickly you want to get it done.
You want to take the long way around? Go with Carolyn. You want to
Yeah.
get there quicker and faster? Go with Sonia. Um, you know, but that's just a matter of knowing where your strengths and your weaknesses are in your own relationship.
Mhm.
And it's the same thing when you're building your own confidence in your life, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses.
Right.
And I'm not saying to downplay the weaknesses. If it's something that you're not like 100% confident in, then learn it. Learn something
Yeah.
new.
Like one of the things that I wasn't confident in is like driving, like remembering how to get somewhere or location or like
Mm,
which way, just getting to just mapping out where I'm going. Most of the time I rely on the GPS, my phone. But then I try to, or I not try to, I pay more attention to landmarks so that I can figure out where I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or what happens is that if Carolyn's with me, I automatically, my whole brain just shifts to depending on her getting us to where we need to go, right? Turn left, turn right, turn
Because
left, go
I
this way, go that
generally
way, blah,
don't
blah,
get
blah.
lost.
Right. So my confidence level for getting somewhere or learning my way around is not as good, not as strong. Can that be improved on? Sure.
I
All
just
I
need to
have
stay out of the
all
car.
I have to do is pay more attention. Now when I'm by myself, yeah, I rely on trying to remember landmarks so
Hmm.
that I can get that into my head, right? Or I just throw on the GPS, but for a second, what do you call it? For
Reassurance.
reassurance to pretend like you're in the car with me, you know. But my
Mhm.
confidence level for driving and getting to places is sometimes good, sometimes not. But then, if I drive to that place like 100 million times,
Mhm.
then gosh, I'll know how to get there, obviously, right?
Right.
So that it's, oh, yeah. So now I'll be more confident into getting to like Lulu's house or to Whole Foods or wherever we need to go because we
Right.
go there pretty often.
Right. I
But
try.
don't get me in a parking lot. Oh my god, like there's never a way out. It's like I get so turned around. It's crazy.
Yeah, so when we're dealing with our confidence, it's really important to know yourself. Know yourself, know yourself, know yourself. Um
Trust yourself.
and that's like the second thing is to be able to trust your ability, you know.
Hmm.
Um and here's the other part of that. When we are trying new things and we're building our confidence level, we need to step outside of our own judgments, you know. Um like I'm trying to think of a good example. Um, okay, so the first time that I tried to change a, a light switch cover, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I've got it opened and I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to change the switch inside of it. It's a pretty simple thing to do, but I was like, okay, how do I do this? This wire goes here, that wire goes there, and I did it, and it worked, and my confidence level went up really high because it's like, oh, I succeeded at that, you know. But the first time that I started knitting something, it's like I had to pull it out row by row by row, and the mistake was made 3 rows in, and I'm now 64 rows
Oh,
above it. My confidence, every row I pulled out was my confidence going out the window, because it's like, why didn't I catch it then? Why am I doing this now? Why do I even want to make this? What's going on?
so now you're just like,
Right. So we have a tendency to tear ourselves down
yeah,
when we don't feel confident about something. And so if we could all practice this, um, even when we think we've made a mistake at something, when we're first learning how to do something, celebrate it. Because even making a mistake is learning how not to do something. It's learning, oh, I don't want to make that mistake again. So how do I not do that? Practice. I just
yeah.
keep practicing at something.
I would even add is celebrate that you're even trying something new,
Right. Because
right?
we're so good at spending so much time judging our abilities to do something. So instead of judging it, celebrate it. I'm trying something new. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't do that very well. That's okay. I learned how to undo that mistake, you know? So we need to know ourselves, we need to trust ourselves, and we need to put judgment aside when we're doing this.
Yeah, and then just challenge yourself to get out of your comfort level, which I mean, you see that a lot in work environments, especially like in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I can speak to that. They'll ask you to do different projects and um, learn different things, and we're so used to me being so comfortable
Mm-hmm.
in what I'm doing that it's like, oh, not having the enough confidence to try something new,
Right.
and fear of failing, because we all fear failure.
Right.
So that doesn't help your confidence level. You want to boost that up. So you try something new, and if you do it often enough and you learn about it, then yeah, absolutely. It's automatic that your confidence level goes up
Exactly.
because now you know what you're, now you know a little bit about that.
Right.
You can
Even with,
speak to it, teach it.
yeah, even with our kids, something that we learned um, when were spending time raising our granddaughter was that parents have the ability to instill a great deal of fear into their kids. And so when our granddaughter was trying something new, we would encourage it instead of, oh, don't do that, you're going to fall. Um, oh, yeah, please go, try this. Well, of course, we did everything that we could to keep her as safe as possible, but we wanted her to understand, we're going to fall. Everybody falls. Just like I fell at the skating rink a week ago, and it's like everybody falls. Even good skaters fall.
Hmm.
Even good swimmers, miss a backflip or a flip turn once in a while. Even a good pen maker can blow uh, a pen blank out just with one wrong move.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Yeah.
we all can blow it at one point or another, but we want our children to have the confidence to try new things. So instead of instilling that fear, what we did with our granddaughter was to instill her confidence, instill the fact that here's a really good example of that. She wanted so bad to go down this one slide at a park, and so every day, even if we went for only 5 minutes, she would ask, "Can we go to the park? I want to try the slide." And maybe she made it up the stairs, maybe she made it across, maybe she got to the top of the slide, and then she would decide, "Okay, I'm done." "Okay, you're done. You don't want to go any further?" "Nope, I'm good today." "All right." So then go home, and she would think about it so hard. She was so cute about this. And then the next day we would go again, and she would get to wherever it was, and she'd do one step further than she did the day before. Until finally, I think it took us 2 weeks. Finally, she went down the slide, and she was so proud of herself. But what I watched in those moments was this, is that our confidence levels goes up the more that we do something, the more we are persistent about something, the more the confidence level went up. And then the next day she wanted to go back just to make sure that she
Hmm.
could do it. And then the next day she wanted to go back just to make sure that she could still do it. And and that's the same thing that we need to do for ourselves, is to allow ourselves the time. Maybe you want to learn how to do something new. Give yourself 5 minutes every day to do that new thing. Add 10 minutes,
Yeah.
add
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Even if you're not even if well, yeah, if you want to learn something new, yeah, or if there's something that you already know and you're not so confident about it, or you don't know that much about it, like me right now, photography, photography, but more in the lines of lighting,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't feel confident enough right now today to set up the whole lighting environment and get those shots that I aspire to have, that I see on Instagram and other photographers, because I don't know that much about it. But w- there's so many ways you can learn about it. There's so many people that you can follow, and you just got to find the right person
Mm-hmm.
that you can um,
Learn from.
tolerate to follow. And I say this because I mean, there's a lot of people that I follow, but sometimes the voice just doesn't allow me to learn, or just mostly it's just the voice. I don't know what it is. I'm not judging their voice. I'm not hating their voice. It's just that. But anyway, besides all that, find someone that you can follow and relate to.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this one guy. He's really simple and he teaches very easily. He's not up here or down here. He doesn't talk down to you or
Mm-hmm.
talk above you. He's just himself. And we talked about that earlier too. Just be yourself. Don't try to teach like someone else.
Right.
So, yeah. So, and I have learned quite a bit about lighting and all the different things. So my confidence level is going up.
Right.
Is your arm okay? They
Yeah.
lock up on you. So it is going up, but it's not at the level that I want it to be. Will it ever be? No, because there's always so much more that you can learn.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like never ending. But you can get to a confidence level that's good for you to do the things that you want to do at that level,
Right.
right? And then that's again, like I said, trusting yourself, knowing yourself, learning the different things that you want to learn, and showing that confidence, and not, you know, what do you call it? Double guessing,
Doubting.
doubting yourself,
Right. Second guessing.
second guessing. Yeah, I know there was a two in
The
there.
other thing that happens when we're working on our confidence level is that other people can unknowingly undermine us. I know that when I started out coaching, there were a lot of people who were like, what what is a coach and why do I need that? Oh, you're never going to make any money as a coach. Oh, how are you going to find clients? Yeah, so my confidence level would like shift. It's like I got a client, um and my confidence level would go up, and then a client finished, and there wasn't another, then it would go down, and it was like this constant place of shifting. But now it's at this place where um I'm confident as a coach. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know how to help somebody with their identity and their body image and their boundaries, all of these things, so that what other people say to me doesn't affect me as much. But at first it did. And it took a while for me to be able to say, those are your opinions. You know, I guess it's a way of saying we should not put we don't need to take what other people say personally. That's their limiting belief and not yours. Your belief is that you're going to build a business. It's going to be amazing. You're going to share it with your wife, all of these things. And what other people see or feel or their opinions, um, they're not my opinions. They're not my wife's opinions. The opinion that really matters is my own, and not somebody else's. So if you come into a situation where you're learning how to do something, it's important that you keep doing what you want to do, not basing what you're doing on how other people are viewing you.
Exactly. That is you being a coach is a perfect example of confidence, is knowing what is true to you, because it you know you
Mm-hmm.
you know what you're capable of doing, how to support, um you know you to research, to upscale, up level your skill levels
Mm-hmm.
in order to help or support, all levels.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's your coaching. The fact that that you are a coach and that you can coach at all levels, all I don't want to say subjects, but just at all levels,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what it is they need support on. You know yourself enough to say that you can do that. So then your confidence level in that area is like high.
Right.
more than cooking, better than cooking. And it's like high. So that's cool.
Right.
That's a excellent example.
Thank you. So, so the things that are really important here, and I think why we continue to have all of these conversations is because we take what we've learned over the years and now we bring them to you. And
Hmm.
wherever you are in your life, we want to be like the voice that says, you got this. Not the meme, you got this, you can do it, but the actual person that's standing behind you and saying, you can do it. We can do anything that we want to. The thing that stops us from doing it is our fear and how we limit ourselves. So if we're fighting for our own limitations, try something new. You'll see how hard you fight for your limitations. Um, but if you want to step beyond that and you want to see how far you can go, well, then step into, I'm going to put fear in my pocket and I'm just going to move forward. I don't need to know how or why or what's going to work or what's not going to work. All I need to know is that this is something that I want to do. So I'm going to go for it.
Yeah. Fear keeps us safe, in a lot of instances, of course.
It's our brain's way of keeping us safe.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's ways around it, I mean, people do crazy things to begin with, and are they fearful? Sure.
Yeah, like skating at 55.
Well, 55 is young.
I know it is. That's why I'm going back.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Take the fear and use it to catapult you to the place that you want to go. Right. So that's cool. But I'm really tuning into the confidence level is knowing who you are. And I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I know what I like, what I don't
Yes.
like. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm confident in that. I know that I'm capable of learning anything,
Yes.
even though I've there's probably things that I don't even have never even heard of. But if the information's there and I absorb it and practice it, then I know it, and then my confidence level in that unknown thing is there, right?
Right.
So, not having confidence for, say, skill sets,
Mm-hmm.
uh, is not a good excuse.
Right.
Because there's so many avenues where you can learn things,
Mm-hmm.
and being repetitive,
Mm-hmm.
and practicing will get you there.
Right.
um Not being confident in who you are, again, that's a good sexy excuse. There's no reason why you can't look inward and figure out who you are, and build that confidence level, and just in you as a person, what
Right.
you like, what you don't like, what you stand for, what you don't stand for, when to speak up, when to just ignore it. We're confident when we're driving,
Except
except in Texas. Well, I'm confident. I Driving is driving. I'm
my car is little and their trucks are big.
yeah.
Hmm.
Still, if you can drive in Europe, you can drive anywhere.
I've never been to Europe, so
So there you go. So then you need to go to Europe. You do the driving. You come back here, and your confidence level will be skyrocketed. It'll
or
be
I'll
very
be
high.
dead.
No, you won't be dead. You won't be dead.
Hmm.
Um,
I I think this too. I think we need to have the confidence enough to be able to say yes to new things.
yeah,
Because when we say yes to something for ourselves, that raises our confidence level. Um, when we say no to ourselves, it diminishes our confidence level.
creating a podcast, Sonia and Carolyn, is something that we never even entertain. It's like, what? Be on a microphone and talk to people around the world?
Right, that we can't see.
Yeah, what are we going to talk about? Oh my God, I don't have enough confidence. Well, yeah, we do, because we finally sat down and we said, yeah, we know a little bit about this and that. We've been together for 20 years. We have things to share, things that work, things that don't work. We're confident in what worked and what doesn't. And and if we're sharing this and people don't agree with it, then okay, then the ball's in your court and you do with what you want with it.
Hmm.
But we're confident that there's one or two or three or many that can benefit from what our conversations are about and what we consider helpful.
Right.
Not the been there, done that. And then now we're so confident in what we're sharing that now we stepped it up, and now we're on YouTube. We're like, actually, you folks actually see our face now. You see where we live. We're confident enough to say, yeah, it's who we are.
Do you like our
Full
new chairs?
full-time RVers. We definitely love shopping at IKEA because it's great for small places. There's no plug for IKEA, but you know that's what it is. We live in a small place, so
And we like it.
and we like it, right? So we're that confident enough to still keep sharing our conversations and be visual. You can actually put a name to a face.
That's Sonia.
It's Carolyn. And our dogs are around here somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah.
But but I think the point to building confidence is not, it's not so that you can be overly confident about things. I think it's just so that you can recognize the confidence level that you have right now, because we all have a certain level of confidence. um I can tell you, I confidently uh made choices in my life that took me down a path that I had never expected to go. Am I glad for that? Yes, I'm glad for that. And I stand in the confidence level knowing that I made the right choices at the times
For
that I
coaching.
for for yeah, for coaching, also for the way I raised my daughter, um you know, getting myself out of bad situations, and making sure that I wasn't ever, like, I look Sonia in the eye, and I'm never, I don't
It was
ever,
this high.
right, I don't ever want to be in that kind of a relationship ever again, you know. So
Where you weren't valued, mistreated,
right,
taken advantage of, blah blah blah.
right, Sonia doesn't do any of those things.
Not at all. I'm perfect. I'm the perfect partner
You're the perfect,
for
you're
you.
the perfect partner for me.
For you.
Right. I can confidently say you are the perfect partner for me.
Right.
And I've made choices about people that I allow in my life and people that I have squeezed out of my life. Who I accept phone calls from and who I let go to voicemail, those kinds of things. We have every reason not to step outside of our comfort zone. Every reason. Our brain will give us every reason why we should not step out of our comfort zone. Let
Mhm.
me give you one reason why you should, because there's so much more for you in your life than where you are right now. And I can say that confidently because I was in that place where I had every reason to stay in my comfort level. I got it. I got it. I don't need to go any further than this. I've got everything I want. Baloney. I didn't have everything I wanted.
Baloney.
Ew. Anyways, I can confidently say I don't want a bologna sandwich. In fact, there's no bologna in my house.
Not anymore. Not for 20 years now.
um, so,
Mhm.
but you're worth moving outside of where you are right now. And don't be afraid to fall down. We all fall down. Hell, I went a month of getting back on roller skating, and I didn't fall not once. But then I got to a place and it's like, I know I'm going to fall. Maybe I talked myself into my fall.
I wish I would have talked
Maybe
myself
you went a little
just
further on trying to
do
fit,
something.
do something. That's,
I
you
think
know,
that's very true. I tried to do something that I wasn't ready to do yet. And I met the ground, you know, and we all do this. It doesn't matter what it is that when we first start our jobs, we're not perfect at it. We have to learn it.
yeah, like when
When
you're dirt bike riding, nobody just jumps on a bike and takes off. There
or
are some exceptions, but you're not gonna get on a ramp and make a flip and land perfectly the first time, or you're not going to know whether or not that's possible unless you try it. Now, it's one or two things: either you succeed or you fall. And
right,
so then, do you want to succeed? So then you do it again. uh do you know that you're going to fall? Yes, but how much do you want to succeed or get to that, beyond that?
exactly.
So yeah, it's building our
Confidence,
confidence because we're doing it over and over again. You will get that
crossover.
crossover thing that you're trying to do when you're skating, what, around the corner,
Hmm.
when you're turning the corner, right?
It's very important move for where I'm trying to go.
Yeah. So, and that's most likely that's what happened.
Hmm. Yeah, but
I'm still trying to figure out how I felt and what I was doing. I think I was just clowning around too much. My confidence level was too high. It's like, oh, I got this. I remember. And I'm like, woo, skating. And then not.
right.
So,
So don't let anybody talk you out of trying new things.
mhm,
And don't let yourself talk yourself out of trying new things. Because
right.
when we do that, then we spend more time sitting in a comfort zone when there's so much more of the world to experience. One of my favorite things was when my mentor, Simona, uh, let us know that like when we're first doing stuff, we're like in a fishbowl. We're in this little tiny area. It's
Safe.
safe. You can see out, you can see all the big world all around you. But what happens when you outgrow that fishbowl and you need to like go beyond it? And when I realized that I had the ability to go beyond it, I was like, oh, I'm not what do you call that? A goldfish anymore. I'm not even a koi fish. I'm a freaking mermaid. And this bowl is way too small for me. And I need to bust out of it. And I am not afraid of anything that's in the ocean any longer. And so, when she gave me that analogy, I kind of went with it. It was like, I don't, I don't, I don't want to just see the world around me.
Be
I,
part of it.
I wanted to be a part
Experience it.
of it. I didn't want to be afraid of the world around me. Oh, somebody might hurt me. Oh, this might happen or that might happen. All those things can
It's all going to
happen.
happen.
All those
Everyone's
things
going to
can,
get hurt. We've
right?
all been hurt before. It's going to
Exactly.
happen over and over again until we die.
And we heal and we go on. But the nice thing about it is that if I was still sitting in the comfort of my fishbowl, I wouldn't have realized that I absolutely love roller skating. And I know we keep going back to it, but I do. I love roller skating. In fact, I even found a YouTube video about the old roller skating rink where I used to go in San Diego, and about the group of people who owned it and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, that
Just
brought back.
tell them where
Oh,
and what, because they're going to be, oh, I wonder which one it was.
okay, so I grew up in La Mesa, California, in San Diego, and the roller rink that I religiously went to on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if I could get away with it, was Aquarius Roller Rink in La Mesa,
Aquarius.
right? And the song that started the sessions was that
Aquarius.
song. And
That's all I know.
right. And when I walked in there, I was a different person. I was confident on my skates. I wasn't confident anywhere else except the swimming pool and maybe my surfboard. Um, but I had the confidence to know that when I put on my skates, I could do whatever I wanted to do. And I did.
And
And
how old were you when you first started skating?
oh,
The very first.
My
time you put on a pair of skates?
my very first pair of skates, I was like 3 or
How many
4.
times do you remember falling?
Oh my god, I fell so much. My knees were scraped up until I was probably, I don't know, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10,
So
and
we start
right.
somewhere.
And
Yeah.
Aquarius opened when I was graduating from the 6th grade. And so from the 6th grade through the 12th grade and before I had my daughter, I was going to this skating rink. Um so yeah, I had confidence at the skating rink. I wasn't popular anywhere else, but I walked in the skating rink and people knew who I was.
It's kind of like me with my big wheel. I had confidence with that big wheel.
Right.
Yep.
You know,
Kept up leveling.
and when we were kids, we had confidence to get on our tricycles with the 3 wheels, and then we had confidence to get on our 2-wheel bicycle with the training wheels. Remember the
Training
ones that
wheels.
rocked us back and forth? And then we had the confidence to take those training wheels off and to ride our bicycle. And then, we rode around with our friends in the neighborhood and we put the cards on the spokes and we were the loudest group when we were riding through, but we had the confidence. So that's exactly the same way that all the rest of this works. You have
Build
to
it.
get on the tricycle first before you can do anything else. You can't stand there and look at the tricycle and expect the tricycle to take you anywhere.
Or stay in the fishbowl and depend on other people to feed you.
Right.
Right? You go out there and look for your own food, do your own thing.
And I'm so glad I became a mermaid and went swimming out into the great big ocean. And yeah, there's sharks out there. And yeah, there's ways that you can get hurt. But let me tell you something. Going from living a really small life and just to say how small it was, even in my relationship with Sonia, um, at that time in my life, Sonia would go to work and I was at home with the kids. The kids would leave for school and I was responsible for everything that went on in the house. I didn't go for long drives. I love long drives because I didn't want to waste our resources. My outings were the grocery store. So I learned how to absolutely love the grocery store, and taking the kids to their events. There were so many things that I wanted to learn. One of them was how to quilt. So I stepped outside of my comfort zone and I found a quilt shop. The next thing I wanted to learn was how to knit. So I, again, stepped out, walked into a place that I had never been into before. And, it's like when we limit ourselves, we stay small. But when we make the decision that it's our life, it's our life, and we should be living it. Our kids aren't living it for us. My spouse isn't living it for me. Nobody woke up this morning to make sure that I was happy, that I was confident, that I was taken care of.
I did ask, didn't
um, you know, the person who's responsible for that is you.
I?
So if
Right.
you want to play small, then that's fine. That's okay if that's where you are right now. But let me invite you into someplace bigger. Let us invite you into our world. Come into our world, learn a few things, hear some conversations, join our conversation, build
Share yours. Yeah.
share yours, build confidence in community, whatever it looks like for you. But you can do anything that you want to do, and it's the same thing that I told my daughter while she was growing up. Don't dance to the beat of somebody else's drum, make your own. That bit me in the ass
I
many
was gonna
many
say, yeah,
many
that was the
times.
ass biter right there.
Right? It bit me in the ass. My daughter doesn't take things from anybody, and she will not, uh if she doesn't feel something, she's not going to say something. She absolutely walks to her
She
own
is her
own
own person, that's
beat.
for sure.
Yes, and she's raising our granddaughter to be the same type of a person. um is it good? Yeah, it's good. It's also bad, because I got challenged on a lot of things. But I think, looking back now, the things that I was challenged on were the things that I needed to challenge for myself in my own life.
Mm,
You know,
good point.
I was really good at saying, um, don't follow anybody else, be your own leader. But yet I was following everyone else and I was not my own leader until lately. Um, so build your confidence. Find the things that build your confidence, that take you to the next level for yourself. Um, if it's just honoring your own words, start there. If you want to learn a new skill, do it. Just one part of it. Start researching it. Follow people who do that thing that you want to learn how to do, like lighting or skating or read a book. There's all kinds of ways. We have so much information at our fingertips, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Sonia and I were talking the other day about being Generation X, um, and all of the things that happened during our time when we were doing research papers, and many of our listeners will understand this. We use the Encyclopedia Britannica or World Book, that we may have or may not have had in our homes, depending on if our parents were willing to make that extra payment.
Yeah.
Um,
Utilize the library.
Yep, the live,
Microfiche.
right, card files. And then we learned how to use the computer. But when we were using the computers, they were these huge things, and they were run on
Microsoft or
DOS.
DOS. Yeah.
They were DOS based, and it was hard to read, and the printers were loud, and all of these things. And now we have
A cell phone.
a cell phone that can do just about anything and find us anything that we want to
just
find.
faxed some forms on their cell phone this morning.
Right?
It's like, wow.
You know,
That's something that I never thought of back in the 80s growing up. Or
right,
even prior to.
right.
Right.
Yep. So
Um,
information is out there. If you
so
need
no
support,
excuse.
right? If you need support, reach out and find it, because there are plenty of people that are out there to support other people. Us, for example. But there's a lot. There's communities. There are groups. There's YouTube. You can find anything on YouTube, TikTok, all of it. It's all there. Not just for entertainment, but also for us to be able to learn new things and to step outside of our own comfort zones
Exactly.
and build our confidence.
Yeah. Which I think we're pretty confident in this social media and um doing Zoom calls, because I
Hmm.
know still today, uh you can see people that are like don't want to be on the Zoom call, so they choose just to do speaker only.
Hmm.
They don't feel confident enough, or maybe their background all jacked up. Who knows? To them, to me, it's like whatever. Uh, doing the podcast and now on YouTube, Facebook lives,
Hmm.
which I distinctively remember in Arizona when we are trying to do a Facebook live for you. Just to introduce yourself.
Just to
Hi, I'm
introduce.
Carolyn Marcos, and I'm a transformational coach. That was like 20 takes, and I don't think we ever even published that.
I did not.
It never went through.
I have video
It took us
files
like
on my right.
hours.
I have video files on my phone, from when I came back from the Activate event, uh, where I was trying to do more lives, but I would do them on my video on my phone, and then it's like when I messed up, it's like, okay, stop, start over. You know,
So it
um,
wasn't a live; it was a pre-taped live. So it was live for you,
it was
and
live for
only
me.
you.
But then I had a choice. Now I don't think I think I have one TikTok video, and that needs to change. I have the confidence to come on here and the confidence to put us on to YouTube. So
Yeah. So
step outside your
like
fishbowl.
growing up, mom would always say, "What are you so embarrassed about? Just go ask that person something or whatever." And I'm like, gosh, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go up to the counter. I don't want to go ask that person. I don't want to do this. And for a challenge to myself, because I was so shy then, I would make it a point to force myself to go ask somebody, go talk to a complete stranger, or to just ask questions,
Hmm.
especially like we're in a learning environment. It's like any volunteers, I would force myself to be the volunteer.
Oh my gosh, I would have thrown up 10
I'd be the
times.
first one to volunteer. It's like to have a volunteer. I didn't even know what I was volunteering for. I just did it just to get past that. And now it's like as I got older in service, it's like never volunteer. But that wasn't the case for me. I wanted to volunteer. I
Mhm.
volunteered to go to Germany one time with this one
Volunteered to
lady
go
I
to
didn't even
Italy.
know. Yeah.
Mm.
To go spend time in Frankfurt to visit with her husband or something. I don't know. I hadn't even checked in. I hadn't even uh, checked into the unit that I had just got to 3 days prior. I hadn't even done my processing. I was already MIA in Germany because I volunteered. But yeah, so that was my way to tackle that, to get my confidence level
That's
up,
a
to
good way to
say,
do
hey,
it.
yeah, I volunteer. I'll do it. I'll be the guinea pig. I'll be first in line always. Who wants to volunteer first? I was always the first one. And then after a while, I was like, it was no big deal.
Mhm.
There are times still when I'd volunteer to do things and I'm like, why in the hell did I do that? Like, volunteer to get tased while I was going through being in the sheriff's department. I That was a big challenge because I wanted to know for myself to have enough confidence, for one, to use the taser, to know what it feels like, so that if I was ever tased, then I would know and I would be confident to say, okay, I'm going to my handgun or my weapon, because uh, I know with confidence that I would not be able to uh, be tased. If you have my taser and you're about to tase me, I'm going to shoot you, is what I'm saying, because I have the confidence to know that you're going to incapacitate me if I get tased. I can't
Right.
function. So confidently, well, thank God nothing like that ever happened. Uh, but yeah, volunteer, get out of your comfort zone and go get tased. No, I'm just kidding. Don't go get tased.
Right. But the big picture here is to um know yourself, trust yourself, don't judge yourself, um don't stay inside of your comfort level.
Challenge yourself. Yeah.
Challenge yourself, learn something new. When we do that, we awaken ourselves up, to stepping beyond where we are right now. And there's a whole world out there waiting to be discovered.
Yeah. Explore.
Explore it.
Like we say at the end of, like we close out all of our episodes, it's like, continue exploring your relationship, but it's not necessarily just your relationship. It's just everything.
Explore your life.
Explore your life.
Yeah, it's epic. Make it that way.
Exactly.
Because
There's a lot of things that we never would have, we wouldn't be where we are today if we hadn't
stepped out of our comfort zone.
step out of our comfort zone, like being in an RV
Yeah.
and living in a smaller place, and
And liking it,
liking it.
right? It's
Right.
like, I love it. And I was most resistant to it.
Oh my God. For years I wanted an RV. Carolyn's like, nope,
Not doing it.
nope. Too
Nope.
small. You can't put me in a little closet for a bathroom and blah blah blah. And well, here we are.
Here we are.
Here
And I
we
like
are.
my little house, my little oasis.
Our little oasis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Why'd you roll your eyes?
why are you pointing at me? All right. With that,
Keep exploring your life.
keep exploring your life. Find new things. Challenge yourself. Do new things. Just be new. Be a new you.
Right?
Whatever that looks like.
And if you want to explore what's stopping you, let us know.
Let us support you. We're here.
Exactly.
That's what we're doing the work. We're sharing this. We want to support. We want to share all of our experiences to get you to the point that you want to get to, whatever that is. And I'm confident enough to say that whatever it is that you have going on in your life that you need support with, between the both of us, you're in good hands. You're golden. So make that call. Actually, there's no number under there. There's an email address, there's a website, there's Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff. So here we are, out of the fishbowl, asking you to come out and come and play.
All right. Ooh, I like that. Come play.
So
So until our next episode,
keep exploring your life and your relationship.
Bye.
And yeah, in your own person.
right now, make sure that your face is going to be okay
Okay.
when we.
Ciao for now.
Bye.
We're curious.
What are your top 3 non-negotiables that are a must for your relationship? For us, it's love, safety, and belonging. With that being said, what conversations will you start having to learn more about your relationship?
For more information, check out our website, soniaandcarolyn.com. Our social media links are listed there for you. Let us know what inspired you in this episode. Until our next conversation, keep exploring your relationship.